Let's just wait for a second. Give it a second or so. We got 3 people. Hey guys. Hey Paul, what's up? Okay, 61. How you guys doing? Hello everybody. Hi everyone. Oh boy, we got some dramas to share with you today. Okay, I think we're good. First time, what's up? What's up? I'll tell you what's up. Drawing out this really cool 5 different, it's 5, right? We got 5 SMART LTE advanced Smart Bro Pocket Wi-Fis with credit, by the way. We got we're throwing in, well, actually Smart's throwing in, I'm just taking credit for it, $2,000 or $1,999 worth of data in that thing, and then that will just go anywhere you need to go, and you can just sort of connect. I think it's up to 5 or 10 devices. Hey, look, do I have to explain what Pocket Wi-Fi does? I don't think so. You guys know already. If you're watching this, you know how the internet works. You know you need some kind of a connection, and you know it doesn't get any better than free, right? So this is what we're gonna do for you. We're just gonna draw it out. Yeah. Is it? Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't tried. I had one. Actually, I still have one that we use for the office, and I just have it automatic debit on the credit card. I put it on a plan, and it's $1,000 a month, and it just takes off every month. So that's what the office use if they have to go out or the driver needs to go here or whatever. It's really, really handy. Yeah, and of course you've got people like who said that. Lori Tan, who said that they need it for online classes. I mean, that's just a no-brainer. Okay, we don't need to explain the usefulness of internet. Although, no, let's just get straight into the raffle. I won't share that last bit because it was a bad trip long. You ready there, X?
Rocket.
Oh, yeah, of course. Forgot Rocket the Raffle Dog. It ain't a legitimate raffle if the Rocket Raffle Dog doesn't come up and say, hello, everybody. All right, so now it's official. Rocket the Raffle Dog will be drawing out your Smart Bro Wi-Fi. Dun, 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 bum, 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 bum. You want to press the button there, Rocket? Hi, guys. Okay, ready. 1, 2, 3. There's... Scary, isn't it, Rocket? Don't you get tense when the heartbeat goes up? Who doesn't love puppies? Yep, Rocket is the official raffle dog. 5 lucky people, Rocket. Salvador, Salvador! You see that? See what you did? Look at that. Hi, Tara. Rocket says hi. Oh, wow, that's, I don't know how to pronounce that name. A cutie patootie, yes, thanks, fam, yeah. Rocket, oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't be surprised he'd have to fight with his mom, and that would get, oh, here he goes again with his big yawn and his puppy breath. Rocket! You know, we keep Rocket only on cam as the raffle dog because we can't put him on cam for anything else, because the problem is when we put him on cam, let's say during an interview or stuff, nobody hears what anyone says. Nobody. I mean, like you could have the president on, you could have a freaking A-list celebrity on. It really doesn't matter. Once Rocket comes on the screen, everybody's like, hi Rocket, hi Rocket, hi Rocket. Oh, yeah, Rocket. You want to lay off the garlic chips there. Can Rocket what? What did they say? What did somebody say? Rocket is very cute. Can Rocket predict the future too? I don't know. Can you predict the future, Rocket? Well, he thinks the face shields are a really bad idea. The mandatory face shields of when we're out in public. That is something that I posted earlier. And if you didn't see the post, Well, there's a good explanation for that. Unfortunately, Facebook have gone through this what they call shadow banning. So yeah, so at the moment the page has been hit with a shadow ban, which is really sad because, well, you know, they strangled the reach, and it's based on something so stupid. Basically, they sent a violation and said that we are under a shadow ban. Yeah, so that's why the reach is just completely strangled. I mean, I don't think in the history of the page have ever, but it's good news for the raffle here because that means, you know, had less people joining. But sad part is they strangle you, and this is a real problem because when you strangle the pages down, like in our case, basically this is, there's so many commitments now on it, and there's a business behind it. So obviously you can't, you depend on that, and they just cut you off, and they say, they don't tell you anything. They just basically strangle your reach. And when they sent the notification, they said, I shared fake news. They said fake news, and they showed it that Tom Hanks has COVID. Well, he had COVID when I shared it. I shared at the time he had COVID. It was global news. Everybody knew it was global news. I mean, it's up to now, it's never been disputed. Tom Hanks had COVID. Apparently, the independent fact checkers over at Facebook said, no, it's fake news. And you don't get to talk to a human being. You're just penalized by an algorithm. So there we go. That was one. There was another one where I shared David Attenborough's, David Attenborough from Animal Planet or Discovery Channel, where he does all the narration. Look at the Rocky Mountain flea as it climbs up the mountain, seeking its prey. That guy. Well, I don't do a very good David Attenborough impression, but you know the voice of nature films. Every nature film you've heard as a kid has been David Attenborough explaining the wildlife and stuff. Well, he shared something about a green building in Singapore. Thank you, Telly. They do. He shared a picture, just a picture of a building in Singapore that is part forest, part building, and it's an eco-friendly building. And I shared it. It's the David Attenborough, for crying out loud. And it's not like it's sensational news. He's sharing this environmentally friendly eco building in Singapore. When I shared it, all my friends in Singapore were saying, yeah, awesome building. I go there all the time. It's there. Well, the independent fact checker said, no, it's not. It's fake. Can you argue with them? Of course not. So, yeah, it's crazy, right? It's crazy. But, we were just having this discussion today because we were talking about it in a shoot. And, yeah, I don't know if it's a big lie because it's not, I don't feel targeted. I'm not saying I'm targeted here because it's just basically, you're not a top fan. You don't know why. Maybe that's the Facebook algorithm as well doing it. I don't know, Mildred. But the thing is, I don't think there are any human beings behind, or there might be one or two human beings. I don't know, but you don't get to talk to a human being. The algorithm just cuts you off. So that's it. You're strangled and you have no recourse. And, it's fine and dandy to say, well, it's their platform and etc. But they're taking money from people to build their presence on their platform. And then all of a sudden they can just do that without a trial. To think that they were responsible for supposedly democratizing the space or democratizing media. And their complaint was they were saying that mainstream media held all the controls. Well, guess what they're doing? They're far worse than mainstream media now, because now the news is only according to them. Your reality is determined by Facebook. And this is going to be, this is something I've been talking about for a while, and I will continue. I'll probably step it up a bit, because as much as my living, a lot of it depends on social media and Facebook, I really do not encourage anybody to spend any more time than they really have to on Facebook. And I know that actually is hurting me more than anybody else, but it doesn't matter, because when you look at the greater damage that they're doing here, they're programming people. They're programming us. If you watch The Social Dilemma, you will learn a lot about how these things what they've become. I don't think they always were meant to be that, but look what they've become. They've started mining humanity. The same thing that we used to do to the earth, where we mine it and we strip it of all its minerals and all the natural resources. Well, now the new age is we're being mined for our attention. That's the dilemma we're dealing with now. Is we are worth more to them as zombies, as brain-dead zombies, than we are as free thinkers. So there's a conflict there. Their business model depends on us being programmed for advertising. When you have a business model like that and you have stockholders to answer to and you're worth trillions of dollars, you can see the problem there. It's not going to solve itself. As one of the famous quotes from the movie goes, when a whale is worth more dead than alive, you've got a serious problem. You cannot solve that problem through any other way, because until you shift that around and make the value higher for that whale to be alive than dead. Well, guess what? We are the whale now. That's always been the case before. When we talk about a tree, it's worth more dead than alive, a whale more dead than alive. Well, guess what? Now in this new age, people are the whales. We're the trees. We're worth more to them, brain dead, and programmed to watch whatever they tell us to watch, because that's the algorithm telling us to go, because they're sending you down these rabbit holes and they're programming you so that you buy stuff that their advertisers are paying them for. Feels like a homily, right? If you watch my stories, that was actually the homily I think I was given out when I got busted, right? I was talking earlier about the makeup team and stuff like that, because it's really a serious issue. Because I did go back and watch Social Dilemma again. Can I read this one? You were right there, James. Hope someone comes up with something like Facebook with real democracy. Azalea, in Taiwan, they're already doing that. Taiwan have a fantastic system that they have now. I'm not familiar. I haven't used it myself, but in some of these discussions and podcasts where they talk about this, the antitrust of Facebook, the shadow banning, and all the other horrible things that they normally do, Taiwan have responded, and their algorithm, it gives value or volume and amplifies people who normally disagree. This is the big difference in their platform algorithms, right? The people that normally disagree, let's say I'm a Duterte supporter, and I have a family member, a friend that is yellow, and we normally are opposite sides, we normally disagree, but we seem to agree on this one issue. That's what they amplify. So they're not faking it. They're not trying to, create this utopia that's unrealistic. They're literally trying to amplify the voices that can help, rather than the ones that polarize. Because the one way that they get us is polarization, objectification, outragification, if there's such a thing, where they manufacture this, because this is the best way to get a response from people and to get them engaged in the platform for longer. That's the basic formula that they're trying to do here, is get more people on their platform for longer. And they realize very soon, very quickly, that the best way to do that was to create outrage and create polarization. People don't spend as much time, believe it or not, on the same platform when they're all happy and they're sharing baby photos. I'm sure that doesn't surprise you, but you can imagine now a world where you have this extreme news coming out from let's say the government side, and the extreme news coming out of the anti-government side. That's going to create the engagement and people on your platform to spend a lot of time. And that's what they want. But in the meantime, it's mining humanity of our basic humanity, or it's mining human beings from our humanity, because we're no longer being allowed to think. We're not encouraged to think. We're programmed. That's one of the many reasons I have a problem with it. Never mind the shadow ban. I mean, hopefully that goes off in another 48 hours or so, but still, it's a deeper problem that I'm concerned with. And, this is another thing that, I don't know who here knows Gary Vaynerchuk. Does anyone know Gary Vaynerchuk here? Has anyone in this in the comment section ever come across Gary Vaynerchuk in what you want? Facebook used to be fun. I agree with you, and I'm coming from a place where Facebook has helped not just me personally, but the community. This was what I can't begin to tell you what we've achieved together as a community using Facebook, from donations to relief goods to saving people operations. It's done wonders. It's done wonders. But like everything, greed starts to kick in. Human nature starts to kick in. And this is what's happened. It's very sad, because when Facebook started, if you remember, there was about 2004, I think, when Facebook started. I could be wrong, but basically it started getting popular around 04, 05, or started becoming a little bit more accessible. Then it was really about 07 when it started to get a little crazy, because that's when iPhone came in. And in the Philippines, it started, I think, around 2010 or 11 or something like that. And then 13 was a big jump because of the free for Facebook and other mobile data plans becoming accessible and smartphones becoming accessible. So this is where it became the business model change, and so did the mission and vision. Whereas the mission and vision was to connect people, that changed when you got stockholders and you went public. The whole thing changed. And that's why we're in the mess that we're in today. Princess, yeah, says this is true. We shared this, that Messenger was down, YouTube, Gmail. Yeah, it's part of probably 2020's craziness is that tech is getting hit as well. But I just wanted to share the moral side of what we're talking about here. And it's something that I would really encourage everybody here, as much as it goes against me financially. It doesn't help me. I still, as a human being, from one human being to another, don't get all your news from Facebook. Do not spend all your time on Facebook. Use it sparingly and moderately, like anything done in excess. The problem only happens when it becomes your biggest or primal source of news. That's when they own you. That's when they strip you. But if you are toggling between things and you do, yes. So Johnny, that will explain it. It's really bad. And even if you search, they say, unless you're subscribed, you won't see it. So bad. Now, I'm not the worst off affected here. I mean, it's bad for me right now. Of course, still have commitments and stuff and that I need to make. But imagine if you are like a real, like you're fighting for something, like either it's something substantial, women's rights, human rights, something political, etc., and your voice is drowned out and the other side is amplified. That's what the problem is going on in the United States. When they talk about the Russian hack, nobody hacked anything, all right? Let's make that very clear. There was no hack. The Russians simply went over to the advertising department of Facebook, gave their money, and told them who they wanted to target. Perfectly legal. In fact, they'll probably get a big Christmas card at the end from Facebook for being top customers. There's nothing illegal with what they did. Forget the collusion and all that with Trump. How they actually penetrated the US and their elections was they just went down the Cambridge Analytica, got all the data that they need, and then they basically targeted the ads. Of course, they did spread a lot of fake news and stuff, but what they were doing was creating polarization. So a lot of people thought that they were, it was, you would feed the information targeted to the people who you knew were going to react. So if you're going to get a Republican, or if you're going to get a traditional Republican, and you target them using the Facebook demographics and all that, and then you start saying that, let's say this guy's going to take away your guns. You know that that's going to get a reaction. And then just localize that here, and you can see how they fuel the fire. They get paid. The longer we use their octagon, this cyber octagon that they created. That's what it is. But it's a free-for-all brawl. They only get paid when people are fighting and using that. And then when people are using that, they get more data, because the more money they get the money that they get is dependent on how rich that data is. The more they know you, the more valuable you are to an advertiser. I'm not worth much as a 48-year-old male living in this area and that. That's basic crap. Nobody really knows. Nobody cares about that anymore. They want to know my interests, my click habits. They want to know everything about me. And the only way they get to know everything about me is by tracking me, by using their algorithm to share give me my content feed so that I get this. That's my reality. That's what you have to be careful of. Yeah. There is a handful only that I trust to Charles, and even that. I mean, I just wish that we could have something like an independent Yeah. No, I'm not selling myself short. I'm just a little frustrated with the whole, concept and how social media has become, because it's really, I'm going to be okay. I have an analog background, and people my age or even a little bit younger than me have that background to draw on. So we're okay. We understand how the world works. But what if you're a digital native coming in and this is all you know? This is what scares me. Is because we went from the traditional model, which was before, it was where they would target the ads based on your interests. And you know what? That's not such a bad thing when you think about it, right? In fact, it's quite clever. You get what this person likes and doesn't like, whatever, and then you send ads that you think are going to be popular. Let's say X over there is going to click on every poodle ad that she sees. She can't help herself, you know. Anything for Rocket, she'll just, you know. So that's fine. That's fine, because they're just curating the ads to you and tailoring and personalizing it. That makes sense. But once again, human greed. So what happens is they tend to, oh, so it's worth that. But what if we get X to, or whoever they're targeting, to drive their behavior instead of actually suggesting things they may like? What if we drive their behavior? And a good example of this is, let's say you can say, all right, you want to see your home security company and you want to sell, right, your security systems. This is one unscrupulous way of doing it. I'm not saying that somebody's done this. I can imagine they have, but I'm just using a random example. You're a security agency. You want to sell your products and services to the market. So you pick out, let's say, women, this age, housewives, that demographic, blah, blah, blah. And all you do for 1 week is bombard them with home invasion news in their area, fake or otherwise, doesn't matter. Just keep on letting them see that. Do you think that after 3-4 days of seeing home invasion articles, you know, and the first ad they see for a security home service, CCTV, whatever, blah, 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 they're selling, you don't think they're going to click that? Of course they're going to click it. But now you've gone from suggesting to driving behavior. You're programming people to be your customers. And that's what I have serious issue with, among many other things. Maria Lenora Pineda, the social dilemma scared me too. If it didn't scare you, oh man, I don't know what will, because it's so real and it's happening now. So anyway, we were basically here just to do a raffle, not another homily. But you know what? Thanks for listening. I hope I haven't lectured you too much. I hope that you guys are doing well. You're staying safe. We're gonna have one more Tito Clock this Friday. Hopefully by then the shadow ban will be lifted, and then we'll be able to have the normal, regular Tito Clockers, etc. I don't know. They don't even tell you if it's 48 or 72 hours or even longer. We just don't know. Crossing our fingers that, you know, it doesn't last too much longer than that. But till then, guys, stay safe. Congratulations once again to our winners, and we'll see you again Friday. Bye, guys.